At the 2015 United Nations General Assembly, a global development agenda which laid out 17 sustainable development goals to be achieved by 2030 was adopted. The SDG is a means to realizing a more sustainable future for all, to deliver impactful results for sustainable development and a better world. In 2016, Creative Youth Community Development Initiative, CYCDI, channeled its focus to promote SDGs to meet United Nations Agenda 2030 through the path of education, creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship development of all children, youth, and women. CYCDI implemented sustainable projects that boosted community and economic growth.
A goal was set, and within a period of 2 years, we were already global. We felt the need to do more. So we went back into all of those goals, the targets and indicators, and we began to implement based on the set objective designed by United Nations.
In 2018, Solution17 for SDGs Model was developed to proffer solutions to the world's most pressing problems, framed by the goals through the application of the 17 SDGs. Solution17 is creating movement that will leave no one behind to tackle problems, their effects, whilst creating solutions for all. And thus, the implementation begins from home, Nigeria.
I'm a graduate with a BSc, I'm on the streets. 80% of graduates in Lagos as at 2016 are homeless. Any Lagosian you see with a school bag is homeless.
CYCDI has successfully implemented Solution17 for good health and well-being. It was co-created by 17 girls from 17 schools with 17 SDGs. Within the next 11 years, CYCDI is taking action to solve unemployment by an Creativa Youth Hub. IC 2030 promotes United Nations Goal 8, decent work and economic growth through education, creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship development. IC 2030 targets undergraduate and tertiary institutions in Nigeria, members of the National Youth Service Corps, and young graduates not older than 35 years old. By February 2020, the IC 2030 Innovation Lab is expected to produce 17 empowered entrepreneurs, from undergraduates to fresh graduates, 17 SDGs-based ideas, 17 creative presentations for showcase and pitch to industry partners and sponsors, 17 makers, doers, innovators to solve the unemployment problem. In order to achieve a great feat, meet deadlines, and build sustainable partnerships, CYCDI has partnered with CITC Global Consulting, a strategic management firm based in Nigeria. The partnership is expected to help galvanize the momentum for implementation of the 2030 Agenda and the SDGs in Nigeria and other countries all across the world.
At CITC, we are pleased to be consulting partners to CYCDI. Our role is to provide linkages between CYCDI, governments, and the private sector. We would provide strategic partnerships as well as media, publicity, and branding consulting. We will also ensure that we're able to provide necessary mapping for inclusion and customization of policies and plans at local, state, and federal government levels as may be applicable. We will provide the necessary monitoring and evaluation as well. Our goal is to support CYCDI towards accelerating the attainment of the UN Sustainable Development Goals for the year 2030, in line with SDG 17, which is Partnerships for the Goals. Together with CYCDI, we'll go all the way.
As we move towards the IC 2030 project implementation, we call on all private sector organizations, diplomatic missions, government bodies, youth organizations, educational institutions, local and international agencies to join us in transforming the planet to a peaceful, livable, and prosperous world for all, now and in the future. Why must you join us? Solution 17 has been published by the United Nations as good practice, success story, and inspiring breakthrough that can be replicated and scaled up to help galvanize the momentum for implementation of the 2030 Agenda and the SDGs. We created CYIIAC Corruption Busters to promote peace, justice, and strong institutions, launched in 2017 to mark International Day Against Corruption. We won in 2018 United Nations SDG Action Award, a prestigious innovator award at the Global Festival of Action for Sustainable Development organized by the United Nations SDG Action Campaign in Germany. We have received international recognition and awards in United Kingdom, Germany, Spain, United States, India, and Austria. We are presently leading a global campaign to raise drug prevention awareness amongst youth and vulnerable adults through school awareness and creative program. The project, which is supported by the European Union and the UNODC, produced the sensitization campaign movie, Trapped. The project outcome was adopted and printed with funding from the European Union under the framework of the project Response to Drugs and Related Organized Crime in Nigeria, implemented by the UNODC. The SDGs-based educational book is currently being distributed through specific school programs. Join us as we look forward to celebrating our achievements, transforming this country to a prosperous nation in 2030 through Solution 17 for SDGs. It is the power of the people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership to 2030.